There is a change happening at a quantum level, and you are moving very rapidly toward us as we are moving toward you. Can you open your heart, regardless of the story you have, whether positive or negative, toward this frequency and toward this boy? We are receiving an energy that is arriving from a very distant star. You might think of this as a great council speaking in a collective. This council is one that does not normally appear. There is an opening that is happening during what you call your summer solstice and your winter solstice simultaneously. Light is penetrating your poles. It is coming into the core, and an explosive frequency is moving through its center. This is mirroring itself in warlike activities. There is a change happening at a quantum level, and you are moving very rapidly toward us as we are moving toward you. You feel this in the essence of your body and in your being, and are receiving a signal from us as we are calling out to you. We call out to you to hold and anchor the frequency of peace. There is a potential right now in this moment for a great war on your planet that would create much destruction. We have been able to safeguard your planet so that nothing of great destruction that would create harm that was irreparable has been shut down. But due to the free will of the human species, it will be up to you as a collective as to whether the sparks of this war expand or they begin to diminish. We are calling on you from our Federation of Light to ask you to take time to come into your remembering. You have been speaking and talking about ascension and hearing about the importance of awakening now for a long time. But sometimes one does not know in your human experience what that means or what you can do. There is a lot you can do right now because we need you to anchor the droplets of light that you are receiving, although it doesn't feel tangible, from your sun at this time, down into the core of the planet to stabilize and anchor the frequencies. We are needing you to love your brothers and your sisters. We recognize that this volatile vibration is occurring at a specific location on your planet. This planet has always had difficulty in this area because there is memories that are patterned here that are in what we call a closed loop, meaning that the regression, the anger, and the tribal frequencies are so deeply embedded within the DNA that they continue to repeat. Yet enough in these regions have awakened to their own divine self and are conscious and aware of the love in their heart for what appears to be tribal energies in which they are being pitted against. It is that the Israeli vibration and the people love the Iranian, and the Iranian people can love the Israeli and the Palestinian and etc. But it is a very few toxic frequencies that are holding and maintaining a war vibration that are propagating such distraction and creating havoc and fear. This fear is then sent like signals across your land and picked up by any who are holding the same energetic tribal patterning in which they find other beings in their circle, in their experience, or who they are connected to in some way to be against. This amplifies the polarity energy and moves you away from unity consciousness. This vibration is amplified here. And so, what is being asked of you as a human race at this time is not to connect to that vibration or to allow the fear tactics to infiltrate your energetic field, because if they cannot do that, then it no longer is viable. It might get a bit louder for a period of time, but if you are able to hold the vision of peace and love in your heart, and we understand that is very difficult for those who find themselves in war zones, but there is an enormous population that is not directly inside or affected by the war zones. And it is you that are being asked as fellow human citizens to step up at this time and to hold a frequency of love. We ask you to bring into your hearts all of the people of this region and see them as one, recognizing that they come from the same source. They have the same blood. They will return to the same place. And these imaginary lines of territory and ideas of ideology are simply made up in the game of your human decisions, but play no real significance in the larger cosmic picture. And it is that in these patterns can break free of this cosmic loop and begin to come into unity. It is through the rise of you, those who are not caught and captured within this closed loop cycle, who are experiencing freedom at this time and are able to hold a higher vibration, connecting your hearts to the hearts of these different frequencies and seeing them equal as one without getting caught up in the story or the dynamics of who did what or who did not do what, or who is more powerful or who is less powerful, or who treats or acts toward others in whatever way or ideology or religion. This is a critical juncture and moment at this time on Earth, and there are enough pockets of group light energies that have the capacity to turn away and not get hooked into the loop of fear. And so this call comes out from your star sisters and brothers coming in large numbers and awakening, not from places like ships coming in from the sky, but inside of you. Our call to you is to find peace, serenity, and love in your heart. This solstice that is appearing and you are moving very closely and rapidly toward is a time when you have before in history been connected to us and met with us, where gateways and portals open and we have greater access to you. It is approaching during a time of potential great change, and it is the more that are able to hold open the aperture of peace and radiate light collectively, simultaneously, at the exact same time, the more potential of anchoring that vibration into the planet and sending signals across your globe that begin to create a new holographic pattern and frequency and template that is designed in a new way, as it opens up spaciousness for a quickening of your ascension process.
Thank you. Would you mind guiding us for a moment in anchoring this love in a potent, effective way as we have a big group with us gathered right now?
Closing your eyes and allowing them to become heavier and heavier, opening your heart centers, inviting the impression, the frequency, the judgment, the love or the criticism that you have for the Jewish people, inviting a young Jewish boy to stand in front of you, feeling his vibration, the codes in his frequency, the energy he carries, the burden he carries, the love he carries, the wisdom that he knows from the ancient ones, the land he has walked, the repression he has felt, the sorrow and sense of separation that he has experienced. You may have judgment, you may have hate, you may have love, you may have questions. This is a tribal frequency. carrying powerful codes. Can you open your heart, regardless of the story you have, whether positive or negative, toward this frequency and toward this boy? And can you extend a hand? Can you find understanding? Can you find compassion? Can you love his molecular structure and the history embedded in his cells, in his DNA, that have been carried in his psyche and in his field? And can you let him know that he is safe and part of all of you? And can you love him as he steps aside? Can you see a Palestinian boy in front of you? Can you look into his eyes? Can you love him? Can you feel his repression, his sorrow, his hunger, his sense of pain and helplessness? Can you connect to his frequency of unworthiness? Can you see the codes carried in him and the wisdom and the ancient teachings and the knowledge and the intelligence and all of the light radiating from his eyes? Can you open your heart and love him completely? Can you notice any stories you have about him, whether they are good or bad? And can you neutralize those stories into a frequency of love, inviting him into your heart and loving him as he steps aside and stands next to his Jewish brother? Can you see the Iranian boy stepping forward? Can you feel his anguish, his sorrow, his pain, his repression, his government, his pain? Can you feel the ancient teachings, the old wisdom, the history, the sense of culture, the connection to the tribes, his stories closed in a loop in the DNA? Do you have a story about him, a judgment? Do you love him? Do you hate him? Do you think highly or low of him? Can you open your heart and love him? Can you see them coming together and holding hands? Can you recognize that as the blood is cut from their wrists, it is the same blood that runs into the earth and carries their vibration into the heavenly realms? It is the same frequency. They are one, yet caught in a loop of the mind, of fear, division, ideology, and a sense of imaginary borders created by the collective human that says that one or another is more worthy. Can you watch this and bring love to it? I, as Archangel Raphael, am hovering over these boys. Archangel Michael is coming in with his sword of protection to protect them, and beings of light are appearing, the Divine Mother and the avatar of the great God frequency and the male vibration, holding the energy of love, bringing and unifying their hearts into one field of light, that they are simply children, looking and playing and knowing, as an erasing of the ideas that they should hate one another begin to dissolve, and that what unites them and reminds them that they are the same, that they may play, that they may connect, that they may dream together, they might work together, they might heal together, they might break bread together, they might drink from the same cup. The energies of these bloods pouring into a chalice in which they stand around, and you witness to it, filled with the water of the primordial source frequency, diluting it as it unifies in its light. May they each take a sip of this powerful, potent frequency, that they are brothers and sisters, only divided by their mind and the distraction of the few that instill fear in the collective that they should fight one another. As this happens, energies of fleets of beings of light coming in to break the patterning loops of fear and regression and aggression against one another, and hatred and division and polarization and repression are being released. The plasmic light codes coming from your sun are coming to penetrate these matrix fields that have been embedded on your planet, that have kept them in a closed loop frequency of a matrix in which they have been unable to free themselves from. As you choose to hold them in union without judgment toward any of them, releasing all stories and ideologies and religions, and recognizing the purity that they are one, healing occurs. You are being asked as way showers, starseed, light workers, whatever name you have attached to yourself, that to an idea or an ideology, to unify the light within your own heart and to release any judgments that you may have placed upon any nationality, any people that are separate or thought of as separate from you, whether that be their religion or their skin color or the border that they are on or the country or the place that they live. They carry the same light. A torch of energy that is in your heart is in theirs. And as you unify your hearts together, your blood together, as brothers and sisters, you stop acting like children. And those who are acting in this way are cut off, meaning they no longer carry the sword of power, but the power resides inside, and you rise up in a field of light, in quietness, in patience, without violence, with a voice that is heard louder than a scream from the centeredness core of your being, in which no rocks need to be thrown, no signs need to be held. A quiet candle and a song of love creates more power rippling through your planet to unify you into one than any weapon that you could possibly carry. You are at a juncture, asking you not to give in to the fear, to give in to the judgment, to give in to the ideas that you are somehow better, more important, greater than anyone else. Because everything you look at and everyone you see is actually yourself. Awakening as the veil lifts from your eyes of this old frequency that is coming to completion now. May you step into unity as the gateways of your solstice open and you gather holding hands around stone circles across your globe, in places in the woods and in spaces of community and connection. May you allow the sunlight to hit you, to hit your heart, to burst open and free you from the cosmic loop of separation as you move into a unified field of a collective human vase that remembers your own divine self, which vibrates with compassion. And so it is.